breaking news coming in right now. Video released by Ukraine media of the reported ICBM missile strike. That's what we are breaking right now on your screens is what Ukraine has released, the video. And the Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has said that the parameters match that of an intercontinental ballistic missile. And he says that Russia is now looking for more missiles from Iran and North Korea. Ukraine media releasing the videos of reported ICBM strike from Russia. And Zelenskyy says that so terrified is Russia that they are already using new missiles. Remember, this is a retaliatory escalation from Russia, viewers. That is what has happened today. ICBM used for the very first time, viewers, in this war between Russia and Ukraine. ICBM attack in Ukraine, a retaliatory strike by Moscow in this war that has been going on for 1,000 days now.
It's the first time that this weaponry has been used since its inception in history. Russia's firing of ICBM on Ukraine's first weapons, first combat use of history is what we're being told. The missile was launched from the region of Asia, 1,000 kilometers away from the damaged site in Ukraine. Because we're also being told Russia launched, allegedly, a major escalation in the Europe war where it launched an intercontinental ballistic missile on Ukraine, making the first combat use of the weaponry since its inception almost 6 decades ago. Moreover, Moscow used the multiple independently targeted re-entry vehicles, which is the MIRV technology, to target critical infrastructure. Zelenskyy has responded to Russia reportedly firing from ICBM, and they have now stated that Zelenskyy claims Russia is looking for more missiles from Iran and North Korea. Let's listen in to what he said.
Дорогі українці, українки, 21 листопада Україна відзначає День Гідності та Свободи. Згадує дві українські революції, вшановує те, які українці насправді. Сьогодні ж наш божевільний сусід вкотре показав, який він насправді, як він зневажає і гідність, і свободу, і взагалі життя людей. І як він боїться. Боїться настільки, що застосовує вже нові ракети. І шукає по світу, де б ще знайти зброю. То в Ірані, то в Північній Кореї. Сьогодні була нова російська ракета. Всі характеристики – швидкість, висота міжконтинентальної балістичної. Зараз тривають експертизи. Очевидно, що Путін використовує Україну як полігон. Очевидно, що Путін боїться, коли поруч з ним просто є нормальне життя. Коли люди просто мають гідність. Коли країна просто хоче бути і має право бути незалежною. Путін робить все, що завгодно, тільки б не дати сусіду вирватись з його рук. І я дякую всім українцям, усім українкам, які захищають Україну від цього зла. Стійко, хоробро, міцно, гідно. Це одне з головних слів про Україну – гідність. І це слово, яке, мабуть, вже ніколи не скажуть про Росію. Сьогодні я підпишу указ, яким введено в силу рішення РНБО саме про гідність, про повагу до справжніх героїв, героїв України, до усіх наших гідних людей і про чесне ставлення до тих, хто обрав іншу сторону, обрав Росію і підлість. В першому списку таких осіб 34 прізвища. Слава Україні! Дорогі українці, українки, 21 листопада Україна відзначає День Гідності та Свободи. Згадує дві українські революції, вшановує те, які українці насправді. Сьогодні ж наш божевільний сусід вкотре показав, який він насправді, як він зневажає і гідність, і свободу, і взагалі життя людей. І як він боїться. Боїться настільки, що застосовує вже нові ракети. І шукає по світу, де б ще знайти зброю. То в Ірані, то в Північній Кореї. Сьогодні була нова російська ракета. Всі характеристики – швидкість, висота міжконтинентальної балістичної. Зараз тривають експертизи. Очевидно, що Путін використовує Україну як полігон. Очевидно, що Путін боїться, коли поруч з ним просто є нормальне життя. Коли люди просто мають гідність. Коли Країна просто хоче бути і має право бути незалежною. Путін робить все, що завгодно, тільки б не дати сусіду вирватись з його рук. І я дякую всім українцям, усім українкам, які захищають Україну від цього зла стійко, хоробро, міцно, гідно. Це одне з головних слів про Україну – гідність. І це слово, яке, мабуть, вже ніколи не скажуть про Росію. Сьогодні я підпишу указ, яким введено в силу рішення РНБО саме про гідність, про повагу до справжніх героїв, героїв України, до усіх наших гідних людей і про чесне ставлення до тих, хто обрав іншу сторону, обрав Росію і підлість. В першому списку таких осіб 34 прізвища. Слава Україні!
I also want to go across to our guest who's joining our Sergey Dyoryanov, Director of Communications at BRICS Cultural Media Forum. And I thank you for being with us. You're joining us live from Moscow. I also want to ask you what exactly has happened with Russia firing the long-range missiles. It seems like, Sergey, this is the first major escalation in 33 months of the war.
Yes, namaste, namaskar, good evening to everybody. And I want to say that, of course, a special operation which was initiated by our national leader, Vladimir Putin, has some special mission to make some denazification of Ukraine. And it's not against population of the country. It's against anti-human ideology, which was reborn after Second War, was reborn again in Ukraine, and we can see that is a special project, we can say, which was created by the collective West, which start to push Ukraine with some aggressive ideology against Russia. That's why in the war we can see that as the rules of the war, that our national leader, he should protect our nation. We have no any choice because of the position of the leader. Like we can tell that it's a fake leader. We can make a lot of complaint about him because even he was not re-elected again. According to the democracy rules, he is not appointed to be leader by his nation, his own nation, Ukraine nation. That's why it's a very logical step of the war, of the conflict of civilization, because our human, spiritual, Asian civilization, which we name Mother Russia, wants to protect our population. Okay. That is my point of view.
But I also, Sergey, want to ask you what's the next step forward, because, you know, we've seen that at least 6 bombs or warheads were dropped earlier over the region, and this seeks to destroy the missiles before the separation of the warhead stage. In fact, if I can just explain this to our viewers, what this means is a massive escalation, because the launch is coming just a day after Putin signed off on changes to the nuclear doctrine that was there. Videos surfaced that warheads were entering, targeting infrastructure, and even though Russia has not commented, Sergey, does launching this change the course of the war now?
No, Russia cannot change anything separately without reason. We have some special, even spiritual reason to protect our population, and we will do our best to do it. It's not against the population of Ukraine. Again, I want to repeat these words. It's only to show the strong, you know, in those days in the modern society, everybody believed only to the strong force. When you have a will, when you have force, when you have power, everybody respect you. If you show your weakness, everybody will blame you. And now national leader already explained a lot of times that he is happy, he is open heart for the peacemaking dialogue with the proper conditions, with all justice, with all blessings. But unfortunately, we can see that Ukrainian leader Zelenskyy, who was not appointed like a president, he was not re-elected like a president. He wants to increase this catastrophe of his country because it's only one chance to him to be a leader of the Ukraine. That is a point. That is my point of view.
Having said that, you have intensified, Moscow has intensified the attacks. And I just want to explain this to our viewers. The technology that is used allows multiple targets located at different locations to be engaged with the same missile with several warheads. What happens is that these bombs can then target locations that are several 100 kilometers apart with the help of technology and can hit targets separately also. Zelensky has now called this insane. But isn't this clearly a turning point in the Russia-Ukraine war, Sergey?
First of all, you should understand that everybody knows that our country is very powerful regarding the defense technologies. And we always use this technology. What is the main difference between, for example, American army and Russian army? Russian army always support humanity, weak nations. We always promote justice. We always, during our history, 1,000, even more years, we support all weak nations, small nations like Armenia, Georgia. Always during our history, we spend our blood. We sacrifice our own nation to support others. Now is the time for all other nations to support Russia. That is my point of view. Why our national leader should be alone with this conflict of civilization? When anti-human civilization, we can see everybody witness what happened in Paris in the Olympic Games. It's completely catastrophe of traditional world, of traditional values, of human being lifestyle. That's why it's a big matter actually. In Indian, like a Bharat civilization, very ancient civilization, your national leader, Narendra Modi ji, he completely understands, of course. That's why he attends this global summit in Kazan. And we can see that even right now, BRICS is only hope of the future, is a platform of dialogue of civilization, where China and India can sit on the table, discuss in peacemaking mood, how to solve all the problems, where Armenia and Azerbaijan, did you see how smiling and happy was two leaders on the global summit of BRICS, Armenian Prime Minister Pashinyan and President of Azerbaijan, Aliyev. They sit on the same table and smile. Why? Because it's the BRICS, it's the future, it's dialogue of civilization, nothing else, nothing else. That's why we should support peace. And all other countries should stand for the Russia and support this peacemaking dialogue, because our national leader, Vladimir Putin, completely ready to start with dialogue, but with healthy conditions, without any poison of Western politicians who always want to increase some aggressive moods to show that Russia is aggressive. No, not at all. Russia, not aggressive country, not aggressive civilization. We're spiritual, we're believers, and we know that God will save Mother Russia.
All right, Sergey Dyornovov, I thank you for being with us, Director of Communications, BRICS Cultural Media Forum. We're going to see, after over 1,000 days of war, how this is going to be looked at and proceed. Thank you for being with us.